spend a little time asking you a few questions. And then I'm going to show you what I do on a daily basis. The first question I'm going to ask you guys is, when you come to art class and you're creating pieces of art, what are you doing? Just raise your hand and I'll point to you and you can answer that question. What are you doing when you make art? Drawing your state of mind, what you want to draw, you're kind of taking what's inside and putting it on paper or something like that. Yeah? How about you? I'm sorry? Putting your feelings on a paper. How about you? Do you have something? Was that kind of what you were? No? Okay. Anybody else? What are you doing when you're creating art? Using your imagination. That's a great answer as well. Anybody else? We're doing well here. Anyone else? Okay. Now, let me ask you another question. When you're driving down the road and you see a billboard, what is that billboard doing? Advertising something. Okay? It's advertising. And anyone else? What is advertising?
To make you like convince you to buy something or go and do something.
Advertising is to convince you to buy something, right? To tell you who to trust, what you might want to buy. Okay. So when you're making art, you're expressing something, right? Okay. And when a company takes a billboard and puts something on it, they're expressing something too. They're selling you something, and that's a way of communicating. Is that right? Do we all agree with that?
Yeah.
So, billboards, I'm not that quick writing here, equal advertising. And art equals expression of sort. You can make something beautiful, you can make something ugly, you can make something that tells somebody that you're happy or sad. You can meditate on different colors, draw things that mean something to you. What we do with the Billboard Art Project is we take those billboards and we rent them for a period of time, and we let people advertise or people express themselves through art. And over the past year, we've been in 9 different cities all over the country. What we do is we take artwork from artists from all over the country and even all over the world, parts of the world that I've never been to. Israel, India, an artist from Russia participated. We take that artwork from all of these people and we put it up on a billboard. And instead of advertising, you get to see things like this. It's going to take a second. This particular artist wanted to express themselves with color, patterns, shapes, things that are really beautiful. Now, when you're driving down the road, when you're reading a magazine, when you're on the internet, you get a lot of advertising, don't you? Yeah. And it's always telling you what to do, isn't it? Kind of like parents, And sometimes it's not nice to be told what to do. You just want to have someone give you something, right? Well, when you create something for the Billboard Art Project, and it's up on that billboard, there are people that are driving by every day that are being told what to buy constantly. They're being hammered with information, telling them what websites to go to, what lawyer to go to if they get into an accident, what grocery store is the best grocery store to go buy food. All of these different things, they're constantly being yelled at. And when you put your artwork up there, you're sharing something of you with those drivers. And they'll notice. It might change their whole day. Instead of seeing an advertisement as to what kind of car to buy, they might see something like flowers, or a mountain, or an ocean. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of different images of what other artists have done with the billboard. be all sorts of things. Art can include words. Art can include pictures, photographs, things that you clip out of a magazine and arrange on a piece of paper. So we're going to go through and take a look at some of these different things. And you can tell me which images that you like, which ones speak to you. Now this was in Richmond, Virginia. This is actually the billboard that your artwork is going to be on. So you like this image? Why do you like this image? It's okay, there's no wrong answer to this. It's got a dinosaur on it. And dinosaurs are kind of fun. They're scary, they're big. It's sort of a cartoon. Does anyone know what this word is right here? Epic. Very close. It's kind of a strange pronunciation. It means large, it means big. And that's what this is on a billboard. Let's take a look here. Let's see another one. Now what do signs other than billboards tell you what to do?
Directions.
Where to go? Directions. And this artist was playing with that element in her work. And what she did was she turned this billboard into two different areas. And it's kind of confusing. You're not sure which way to go. And what's really kind of interesting about this particular piece is when we took a picture of it, there was a sign that tells you where to go right there. So this picture almost becomes a piece of art. So sometimes the context of where your art is displayed changes its meaning completely. If those two arrows were on that wall, they would just be two arrows on a wall. In here, they're talking about what a sign does. And one of the things that a sign can do is give you direction. Now, who likes Chinese food?
Me.
Yeah? What do you get at the end of
Fortune cookie.
fortune cookie? And what do they have on them? What is a fortune?
Fortunes.
Okay. Now, one of the artists from New York, a lady by the name of Nicole Champel, looked at the billboard and saw this long space. And what do fortunes, what kind of shape are they in? They're kind of in these long rectangles, right? And then what she did was she took all these fortunes that she had collected and she put them all on the billboard. So when people were driving by the billboard, they got to read little phrases like, "You'll never know what you can do until you try," with the lucky numbers underneath. And that was how she expressed herself on the billboard. She saw that space and she said, what fits in this space? What can I do with this? So she gave drivers a little bit of a fortune cookie of sorts. Now, this particular artist is Clara Carter, and she's from Richmond, Virginia. What Claire does is she takes cuttings from magazines, National Geographic, People, Teen Magazine, any of these magazines, and she cuts out pictures. And you have some starry sky here, another pattern, and then a planet. And what she does is she submits a number of images, and those images progress. You can see a plane in there. I'll step out of the way. You can see peaches. And all of these things she kind of crafts in a way where there's a balanced color. And then as the plane leaves, you're going to see some sort of animal. Can anyone make that out?
Cheetah.
A cheetah. Flowers. I think there's a movie ticket in there. It's not too large, so. Now, here's another sign. Has anyone heard of the Middle East before? Does anyone know what's going on there? There's a lot of things going on in the Middle East. And the Middle East is a place of concern, because sometimes things that happen way away from us have effects on us very close to home. And with this sign, the artist is, again, playing with the fact that the billboard is a sign. And have you ever seen when you're on a trip with your parents or friends, you're driving down the road and tell you how far away you are? Well, this artist took this sign location and got on the internet and found the distance from this sign to these places in the Middle East. So when drivers went by, they had an idea of how far away they were from those locations, which sort of localizes the experience, and it gives them kind of a point of reference as to where things are in the world. And art can do all sorts of things. Like we said, it can communicate how you feel, it can communicate emotions like happiness, sadness. Someone was talking about doing something that was funny, that would make drivers laugh the other day. Let's take a look here. This was somebody that just wanted to give a simple message to their drivers going by. Breathe, relax, everything will be fine. Have you ever been in the car and somebody cuts your mom or dad off? They're all uptight. This is a sign that tells somebody to take it easy. You're driving down the road, relax. So you can say all sorts of things with words, pictures, to express yourself. And this is sort of an opportunity for you to grow a garden in a space in the sky.